everyone, welcome to another quick tip video for assignmentsystamp.com. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a tip on how you can adhere very thinly lined die cuts to your projects. We had an email question come in just yesterday or the day before where she had asked how she could adhere these little die cuts. She loves them, but she wasn't sure how to do it. So I'm going to show you 3 different ways. 2 are kind of similar and 1 uses a different product. The way that I prefer to adhere these is to use just a little bit of glue. I like Tombow Mono Multi Glue. You could use any liquid glue for this, but I like this one in particular because it's a little bit of a thicker glue, and it also gives you just a little bit more time to kind of position your die cut in place, and that also gives you an option, a second option on how to do it, and that's what the second version is. So I'm going to show you how I would adhere this thinking. Let's turn it over on the back. And you might have to practice with your glue a little bit until you get pretty good at only putting out a little tiny dot, just a little tiny dot like that. I don't know if you guys can even see it on this yellow, but just very, very tiny dots. And what I'm doing is I'm making sure I have a little tiny dot on all of like the tops and bottoms of the letters. I'm just making sure that I have on all the different little loops, I want one on the top and one on the bottom. And also on the little extender pieces, just little tiny dots. All right, so now I can go ahead and turn this over and I can adhere this onto my project. I'm just putting this on a post-it note because this is an example, but then you just press it down. Now I'm going to show you another way, another example of something that she was concerned about. She was concerned about the glue oozing out the sides. So I'm going to put on just a little bit too much glue. I'm not doing small dots, I'm using bigger areas. Okay, so what I would do is you kind of have to work fast. Use some scratch paper, just like come up and kind of glob it on there, get rid of all that glue oozing out, and then lift it up and then move it to your project. And then you'll have just the right amount of glue. And by using this type of glue, it dries clear, so you'll be able to see it afterward. And if you have little areas that you want to pick up, this glue, if it's not like paper, like if it's not the adhesive sandwiched between paper, if you haven't adhered to anything, it's a temporary adhesive. So you can pick it up with a craft pick or a craft knife, things like that. So any glue that's kind of oozing out the edges, you'll be able to clean up. The third option is actually really fast, and I kind of love it. It's using the Xyron Create a Sticker machine, and you have to be selective when you use it because sometimes the larger die cuts like this thinking, it probably would fit through, but some of the larger ones you are limited on how much space you have to put through the machine. So I'm going to go ahead and just slide this in. There's a little arrow right here that shows where you put it in. I'm going to put that inside. Just goes right inside there. I'm tucking it into the adhesive down in there, and then I turn it over. And there's this little tail, and I'm just going to pull this out until I see the die cut come out. I'll tear that off. And then the secret with this is basically the white backing has adhesive on it, and the clear takes the adhesive off. And so since you've got that die cut in between, it'll put the adhesive on the back of the die cut. But sometimes you'll get little tails of adhesive, so take a stylus or a bone folder or something like that, and you're just going to run your stylus around all the edges of the die cut, and it's really going to press down that adhesive and make sure you don't have any tails coming out. So get those center areas really well too. All right, now I can peel off that clear backer carefully, and it creates a sticker made out of my die cut. I've got a little thing, I've got some white pen on my finger, sorry about that. If you have some little areas where you can see the adhesive kind of peeking through, go ahead and take an X-Acto knife or a craft pick and just pull those away really carefully. A Xyron sticker maker is really great to use when you're making like a 3D altered object or something like that. For a card, gluing is probably okay, but for this, you're going to get stick on absolutely every area on the piece of that die cut. So that's 3 different ways, 2 kind of similar, but 3 different ways that you can use our really thin die cuts and adhere them to your projects. Hope that cleared up some questions, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.